Hey everybody, I'm Officer West. Tonight we're going to go behind the scenes and what it takes for us to actually make one of these videos. Let's first get some coffee though. It's freezing out here. So tonight we're going to try to do a coffee sequence. I intentionally put it with the beginning of the video, hey, first let's get some coffee and then launch right into this sequence. The reality of it is, I haven't even filmed it yet. It's all kind of just stuck between up here and me talking to a couple of the guys saying, hey, what do you think about doing this? Would you be willing to help later? I said, yeah, sure, that's fine, whatever, I can drink coffee. Coffee is always our kind of go-to with everything. For one, it always brings everyone together because you always have coffee at the beginning shift. You kind of figure out, hey, what's going on? What did the last shift handle? What are the remaining calls that they didn't take care of that we have to? Or what's happening around the department, kind of thing. And then about halfway through the night, about midnight or about 2 in the morning, kind of somewhere between those two times, we'll all get together again, and again we'll have coffee, and it'll be one of those. Hey, how's everything going? What are you seeing on your stops, on your calls, everything else? And then we'll kind of compare notes and see what's going on out there. It gives everyone else kind of a feeling of what's going around, around the city. So it's good, and coffee's always just one of those things we just enjoy, and we drink a lot of it. So I figured, hey, why not make a video of us doing, making coffee. Hey everybody, welcome to day 2 for filming. So last night we were somewhat busy. I knew that a couple of officers who were in the coffee making scene weren't going to be here tonight, so I had to prioritize that one and get that knocked out instead. So I filmed the intro, and then we went and handled some calls, and then ended up going in the early morning hours, and I asked them, hey, could you stop back? I got a couple of different ideas. So I'd plan out the shot, they'd show up, and then I would film the shot real quick, and then they would leave. So we ended up getting that all put together, and then we ended up having some more calls in the later morning hours before we got off. So now we're on to the second night, and now we're going to try to knock out the rest of our filming that we need to do for tonight, so we can try to get this done by 6 a.m. when we get off work. Alright, so for one of the first things I do is I try to do a lot more filming inside my squad car, and the reason for that is I don't have an audience. There's no one back here, there's no one else in the vehicle with me, so I don't have to listen to other guys giving me crap or anything else. Alright, so one of the difficulties I have filming at night especially is that cameras operate on light. Well, they operate on batteries, makes them sound like they're solar powered. They operate in the sense that they take light that's reflected off an object, and that's what the sensor collects. And if there's no light, then your camera has a real difficult time picking up that sort of thing. So as you can see, I've got my camera over here, but it's really dark in here. So to counteract with that, I have to actually turn my dome light on, and then my screen here, I turn it as bright as possible to show my face, and you can see my camera I got over here just sitting there. And what that does is it provides a look here that's actually light enough where you can actually see my face and what's going on without having to bump the settings up on the camera so much that everything becomes real grainy. So one thing I didn't really notice until I started filming inside my squad car was that everything in here rattles. I'm on a smooth street right now, so it's not an issue, but there are certain streets, I'll get to one here in a second, where every pothole, every bump, something in my car rattles. My computer rattles, my rifle rack rattles, everything here makes noise. I normally don't hear this, it's just white noise. It just becomes everyday noise. You just don't hear it anymore until you're reviewing video and everything on it is just that. So several people have asked me, how do you come up with the ideas for the different videos? We get a lot of free time in our squads, so I have a lot of time to think and just think. So, like for example, right now we're looking for a suspect vehicle, pickup truck. So I'm just slow rolling past different areas that we think it may be at. So I'm looking for it, but I don't see it. I don't have anything else to do. So we're just waiting for this thing to show up. So I start thinking about different ways to do different creative things. Maybe we should do one about time travel. I can time travel to 6 a.m. Be in my own bed. How are you guys doing tonight?
Fine. How are you?
I can't complain.
Working hard or hardly working?
I'm trying to stay busy.
See if the idiots are staying in?
You know, the cold weather does usually keep them in a bit more.
Early will provide information.
That way, doesn't it?
Not all of them, though.
Thank you very much. Have a good...
All right, 2 a.m. It's time to do my least favorite thing in the world. Online training. Maybe not the least favorite, but it's got to be up there in the top 5 least favorite things to do as a police officer. We got this new chief in a few years ago, and he had this great idea to do law updates every month, but it's all online training. So, chief, if you're watching this, thank you. It's my favorite thing to do. Actually, it's pretty good though, because we do actually get to learn some new stuff that's coming out, new laws as they come out. So while we're waiting for this thing to load, we can talk about a couple other things though. So one thing we have to do with making videos is the sound. So currently I'm using a microphone right here. It's plugged in. That way the sound quality is a bit better than just what would come off the camera naturally. And then also with this last video we made, the coffee scene, decided to put some music with it, but also we had some sound effects in the background. He's dancing behind the window. All right, so if you notice the coffee video, there was different things going on, like you hear the grinds pouring into the coffee filter and then the drips happening. That's all added in afterwards. You couldn't actually film that with it actually coming out clear, so we added that in afterwards. And then also, I guess I'm typing on this right now. My hands are up here. Still the typing noise because no one makes keyboards that are that noisy anymore. So sound is important, and so we try to make things sound as good as they can. Still a steep learning curve for me though, so be patient. Okay, so this program you can see behind me, this is where I do all my editing. This is a free program called DaVinci Resolve, something I just found online, downloaded. This allows me to edit cuts. It allows me to modify the colors of a scene. I can make things warmer or cooler, or like the opening scene I have here. You can see where it starts out very yellow, but then the way I changed the white balance and ended up being more of the actual color of what you see out there. So that's part of it, is just trying to duplicate or replicate rather what real life is to what you see on the screen. So that's sometimes a challenge, but so one of the things that I always forget to do every single time is to make a little thumbnail picture for when I actually put it up on YouTube. I always get to the point where I upload the video and I go, oh, crap, I forgot to take a picture for that. So this time I'm on my game. I actually remember to do it. So since we're doing something kind of coffee themed, we're going to take one of these coffee mugs and try to make it somewhat police oriented, put some handcuffs with it or something like that. So we'll see what we can do. I'm going to need some help with this one. And I don't know if I can try to get in motion or have you grabbing it just while it's cuffed to you as well. Give me like a thumbs up. Hey, thanks for watching us and joining us. Let me try it again. Hey, thanks for joining us this time.
Give us a thumbs up.
Follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter.
Fonzie.